place. Usually it gets banned off first or second, but having BVD seeing Big Magnus is just going to make them much more stronger draft-wise. We see Darkseer being picked up here from Radiance. Pretty standard pick, I think. I guess they'll go for Undying as well if they can pick it up.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Undying is always a strong pick. You do see the Templar Assassin also banned out, and that is also quite unusual, especially in the latest meta of Dota. Templar Assassin has lost quite a lot of her charm and force in the game itself. She still is strong, but she has been nerfed quite a lot, and it is quite interesting to see her as a ban.
Yes, no, definitely. I mean, the Templar Assassin in itself, by the likes of Batrider and especially with Darkseer being there, you know, it's so easy to get the refraction charges off and then just instantly kill her in any team fight. I guess if BVD went for Magnus and didn't ban PA, I think they would still be okay against PA mid, but for the sake of Magnus having a good time mid, I think they just banned out the TA so they could dominate with Mag mid and get him roaming soon.
Yeah, we do see the Rubik coming up now here from from BVD. Of course, Rubik is just so powerful with her ultimate that she can steal spells. And especially if she can get a Darkseer Vacuum or a Darkseer Wall up with that Magnus ulti, I mean, that would be quite powerful.
No, indeed. No, the Rubik's very instrumental, very versatile, very good trial and error as well. If they could pick up maybe a Phantom Lancer, they would be really good off in the lanes. But we see the Queen of Pain pick up here, which would obviously mean that they're going to go mid with it. I don't think they'll stick Queen of Pain side lane, so they'll probably have the Magnus go long lane against the lineup, and then just put Queen of Pain mid so she can run control and gain with it.
Yeah. You do see the Shadow Shaman, Shadow Demon pick up here coming from MFB. It might point to an aggressive trial lane with the Lifestealer. They might go, they might opt for the safe trial lane. The Queen of Pain and Magnus, it's still, in my opinion, a toss-up between which one will go mid. As you can see a Queen of Pain going long lane. Magnus, they did reduce his skewer quite a bit. I think it was 3 major patches ago. So his skewer range is quite slow. So that's why you have not seen Magnus being played on the long lane that much anymore. But we can see that coming down, basically coming up from BVD if they do decide to.
Like I said, with the Rubik as well, he could actually roam if they do see that their Triland's not having a bad time against the... Okay, it depends if they're going to have an aggressive Triland or not against Matt's Fun Buddies. But we'll see once the lanes, once the last 2 picks gets picked, we can have a rough idea of what's going to happen.
Yeah. In regards with MFB, I think it is standard for them, as in, since they do have the Darkseer, that they will probably be running safe trial lane. But it is still open for, for Bravado Gaming. They can still be running aggressive, they can still be running safe. It will be interesting to see what the next picks are going to be. We do see the Puck and the Void being banned out now as well.
There's another thing, it's not unheard of to see Darkseer mid. There's more than one instance that I've seen a Darkseer mid just getting those unshells up, especially against the Magnus. It'll be hard for him to farm. But if they do decide to go have Queen of Pain mid, I think Darkseer will have a pretty tough time. He won't die, but he won't get a lot of farm as well.
No, definitely. The Darkseer won't be able to play as aggressively as he would have versus the Magnus. Both of them having an escape ability where it comes in regards with the Surge and the Skewer. So it will be very interesting to see what actually happens regarding this. We could also see a Darkseer Bush. I mean, I have seen that quite a lot lately as well.
Yeah, if the Darkseer does opt to woods, then it's going to be only because he can't stay in top lane if they do opt to throw him in the top lane. There are much more instances where I've seen the Darkseer go woods for the first 3 levels until he gets level 3, and so he can at least have level 2 Iron Shell and level 1 charge, so he can get away if they do try and kill him.
definitely, yeah. Okay, well, we do see the Beastmaster coming up. The Beastmaster will probably be running in the long lane then, from what I can see. Or the Beastmaster could go mid. Once again, it's still very open for Bravado Gaming.
You see, this confuses me a bit now. We have 3 solo heroes.
Yeah.
We've got a mid solo hero, 2 mid solo heroes, actually 3 mid solo heroes, potentially, and this might actually point towards them roaming the Rubik with another support. If you've got Beastmaster long lane, Queen of Pain mid, and the Magnus top, you can always take the 2 supports in roam. It'll all depend on the last pick though.
Yeah, definitely.
I speak for the trees.
Okay, well, we do see the Furion pickup coming up here.
3 solo heroes with a Nature's Prophet in the woods, having the Rubik row between the 3 lanes, I think. It's something way different than we're used to seeing here, but it's quite interesting to see how it will do against Matt's Fun Buddies as drafts. I don't think the winner will have that much of a bad time against the top, but if you, the winner will be mid, definitely mid, seeing as I have the dogs here. So I think Shadow Demon and Lifestealer and Winter Spirit will have a good, very easy time against the solo. I don't think that BVD can contest them at all.
Yeah, well, it will be interesting. I mean, you can be running. Wow, this is actually this is going to be very interesting to see what they exactly do. But I agree with you. Nature's Prophet will probably be woods, Beastmaster solo lane, Queen of Pain solo lane, Magnus solo lane. Well, and the Rubik supporting actually probably top lane, or the Rubik. It might be a Rubik Beastmaster mid. It's just there's so many different options that can happen from this. Whereas with MFB, you can basically get the basic idea of what they will be going in regards with the Lifestealer, the Darkshare running long lane, the Venge and the Shadow going safe lane, and the Windrunner going mid. So it's going to be interesting to see what BVD lanes they do go with.
Okay, yeah, definitely. No, you can see that the tri-lane is rotating top. They're going to have an offensive tri-lane with the Vengeful Spirit, Shadow Demon and Lifestealer, which is a very good combination. I'm just not sure if MFB is ready for BVD's draft yet. It's pretty hard to actually go up against a draft. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what lanes they're going to have, so it's hard to anticipate what's going to happen. But at saying that, at the same time, I don't think BVD has a sure chance of winning this, like a sure chance, because this might be a strat they're trying out, and it might not work out as much as they wanted to.
No, I agree, and you do see the sentry awards coming up from both teams. The Venge carrying a set of sentries and a smoke for MFB, and the Rubik, of course, running with 2 observers, a sentry, and a healing self. So you will see the warding and the counter wards actually going down straight away. You do see the Shadow Demon as well carrying a set of wards. So MFB opting to split the warding between the 2 supports to start off with, and BVD, since they have actually only the one main support, which is Smoke, playing the Rubik, you see him actually having to get those observers and those sentries up by himself.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think just because of the draft that BVD tried to go, it's going to be very interesting to see how it works out early game, and to see what impact it'll have in the mid game. Usually when you see drafts like this, okay, as we can see, the Beastmaster is heading mid, right? So he might either go mid, or he might just be rotating here down through the woods.
Yeah. Well, as you actually stated, the Magnus is going long lane, which is quite surprising because the Magnus only has a 600 range skewer at this point. But if the Magnus goes solo,
it'll actually work out pretty well.
No, definitely, especially if they are only going to be running a solo hero bot lane. Then it will work out quite well.
Yes.
We do see the gank though coming up
exactly
from
why it's
MFB.
going to work well.
This is going to be quite interesting to see if MFB can catch them out.
Yeah, if they do manage to catch Scant out here at top lane, it would be good, but I don't think they will because they have no sure disable, they only have Vengeful Spirit and the disruption of Shadow Demon, so they won't catch him, but if they do manage to catch Rubik here up in the woods here, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah. And we do see them actually rotating now. I don't know if they're going to go now through with the safe trial. This is actually going to be a big problem.
Now, definitely. No, they are dead because they saw the Queen of Pain top. So, which is very smart by MFB. They're now going to be against the Stellar Mag, which he's not going to get any farm or any XP depending on how much they pressure him. So, props to MFB for actually just, you know, saying, okay, you guys, see, we're going to have a really easy time bot. Just go bottom and just follow up with Lifestealer.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we do see that Magnus is actually staying in the bush. Let's just check on the last hits denies. Everything being set up now. Okay, we do see the one sentry being popped down here by the Rubik. You know, just checking if they're there, and he actually does catch out the observer wards to stop from pulling.
Hurt.
Then of course a Windrunner versus a Beastmaster mid. So it's going to be an interesting matchup because they both have spam, where the Windrunner has his power shot and the Beastmaster has his axes. So they'll both basically be spamming out each other, you know, trying to get a feel of one another mid lane to actually just see who will come out the top.
I think Darkseer should just opt to go to the woods, just get his first 2 levels. He's not going to get any XP at the moment top. I think if he just goes, stacks for small quick camp here, just stacks him once, just get the Unshell on, get to level 3, return back top, and then he'll have a way easier time against the Rubik and the Queen of Pain.
Definitely. I mean, the only lockdown that they do have top at the moment is the Rubik's Lift. So the Darkseer should be safe if he actually does get his surge up, which he does have now, since it is only the single lock. And we do see bot lane actually the Shadow Demon going on the Magnus, basically just trying to spam the Magnus off, getting XP, getting off farm, and giving this Lifestealer free farm at this moment. The Lifestealer already jumping up to 12 kills and 8 denies.
The Darkseer is actually getting way more XP at the moment than Magnus, which is pretty good. You know, having if they didn't have that advantage, they would actually be falling behind in XP, which they are by 100. But I think the only difference here is the Nature's Prophet, you know, farming rewards, and the fact that they have 3 solo heroes getting almost solo XP, except for the Rubik that's leeching some of the XP top.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Skits, I'm going to leave you quickly just for 1 minute. I just have to restart my Dota. So you can continue on casting. I will rejoin you in a second, okay?
Fantastic. See the TPN from Nature's.
Sorry about this, guys. Just had to change from running dual screens to single screens, as my mouse did go off screen every time I tried to browse right. I'm busy reconnecting now, and we will be up and running again. If you are in game, then you will still be seeing Schizophrenic casting, and you will still be able to hear him. But for the guys on YouTube, we will be up shortly. Okay, and I'm back.
Looks like Magnus is putting a little sneaky move here in the bottom forest. Just getting into the trees, leeching XP. That's all you can do at the moment. Could be in a bit of a trouble if they do spot him somehow, but
well,
at the moment he's safe.
If he moves just a little bit down, he will be in tower range. So he's actually staying there, and he's actually doing a good job to be there without being seen by the tower. And yeah, him actually getting up his XP here, that's not a bad decision. I do see that sometimes with a Queen of Pain going long lane, when the Queen of Pain gets shut down quite a lot. I do see her blinking into these trees over here. We do see the Magnus going on the initiation. Very good skewer out, but he will actually drop from this. And that is well played by MFB for spotting that.
First blood did go down. Yeah, the first blood did go down while you were away. Beastmaster of the H-Tune just went bottom and gained the Shadow Demon.
Oh, that was actually, I think that was quite good. I think I probably just missed it here then. Sorry about that, guys. And we have a pause. Our games are running terribly, just restarting Dota. I had one of the same issues as well. I also forgot to change to single screen since when I'm running dual screens and casting, if I do move my mouse across the screen like that, the mouse actually goes off the main screen. It does not get locked in. So once again, guys, I do apologize for that. Let's just wait for MFB to quickly reconnect. Let's just run through the items as well. Rubik still only having observer wards, sentries, and still having the full healing self with 180 gold. So basically she's going full out support role here, double stacking, pulling. You'll probably be seeing the support items coming up from her as well. The Queen of Pain already having arcane boots, ring of protection up, and some healing. I mean, that is really not bad form at this point in time. But the Lifestealer is still leading in regards with CS. And that's actually quite, well, not surprising 5 minutes in, but the Lifestealer did have a one wave knock. But you know, by the time he got to the bottom lane was already nearly destroyed by the tower and by the Magnus as well, putting in the deny. So the Lifestealer coming back from this quite well, already having his Hand of Midas recipe up.
Yeah, we can see the Darkseer top struggling a lot. I really think he should just opt to go to the woods just to get a farm. At the moment, him being top doesn't serve any purpose. He's just basically giving the Queen of Pain an option to kill him later on. So if he could just rotate to the Radiant Woods and get some farm, it would be really good for the team as well, because then it will mean they'll get some XP as well. They're like almost 1,000 XP in difference already, only 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Well, I see the gold is pretty much even. It's sitting on around 250. But one of the big things here is, I mean, the Queen of Pain is running top lane, so she does have range. So even if the Lifestealer does put the Iron Shell down, the Queen of Pain, it will not stop the Queen of Pain farming. And the Queen of Pain, since it's only level 2 Iron Shell, the Queen of Pain will also be able to get a lot of the denies in. So it might be good if the Darkseer actually does rotate to either the bush or to try and help another lane with a quick push or something, but I think the Darkseer has to try and do something.
And we can see mid the CS are almost even, just 5 years difference between the two, so mid's gonna be pretty stale for the next few minutes. So obviously, let's see if Beastmaster can get a very influential rune. Maybe an invis or a haste, something to gain with. It's a haste. So
he actually does get the haste.
We'll definitely see some action. Actually pops it immediately and goes top, but he doesn't know that the Darkseer does have vision on him.
Yeah.
And he will hang back at the tower.
Yeah, but that was actually very well done from Bravado Gaming. I mean, they did have the Magnus covering bot lane, or the bot run, and they did have the Beastmaster covering top run. Unfortunately, those wards, and the wards have just dropped, so it's just a little bit unlucky in regards to timing. But you do see the Beastmaster keeping bot.
Bottom, yeah?
Let's see if they actually do initiate on someone.
Kill.
Okay.
And get some miscommunication between.
Oh, what a disruption! What a disruption coming through from the Shadow Demon. The Beastmaster will actually drop from this. The Shadow Demon as well, but I don't think.
Not going to.
Wow, that was lucky. And we do see the Nature's Prophet that also came in, also being extremely lucky, getting out with under 50 HP. So, not that great an initiation. Very good disruption coming through from the Shadow Demon, actually saving him a bit longer and prolonging the team fight. And now we do see the Magnus also being a bit more aggressive, actually going in for some last hits now.
I'm only worried about what the Windrunner is doing at the moment. He's not mobilizing at all. He's not doing anything. He's sitting mid. Should just get a TP out to him. Just, you know, TP when stuff like that happens. Because you could see there was like 2 kills, low HP, but I was just wanting to be picked up. But at the moment, there's no real mobility from the Windrunner.
Yeah. And we also do not see any bottle runs coming through from the Windrunner. She has been sitting with 0 charges in her bottle now for most of the game since she did use them early on. So that is also quite surprising that she's not filling up her bottle to put more pressure on the Beastmaster mid, or to actually start roaming and ganking. And well, she just picked up. Oh, that was actually so lucky because the Beastmaster is there and she did pick up. Okay, well, never mind.
And
the Furion drops and the Windrunner drops. I was just about to say the Furion is being very aggressive, as the Furion is actually... Well, let's actually see what's going on here. Darkseer is actually going to drop from the Queen of Pain ulti. Windrunner does come in to try and help out, getting a very lucky shackle off there, but she won't be able to kill any of them. The Rubik being very aggressive on top of the tower as well. Rubik might actually drop from the tower.
Rubik might drop.
Oh, that was... well, okay. The Windrunner might actually drop here as well. Windrunner is going to drop, in fact. No, she's not. Okay. Some big plays coming through here. The Windrunner does drop, and the Shadow Demon as well.
There we go.
Let's just check if the Darkseer actually does get this kill on the Beastmaster. He does not have Surge up, but he should get this drop. There he goes.
There we go. And now the Nature's Prophet is in a bit of trouble, depending on what happens.
Nature's Prophet should not...
So he'll probably drop.
He'll probably drop. He is trying to juke around a bit. Actually getting that in, but the Nature's Prophet should have gotten out there.
Well, this is very bad for Bravado. They might lose 3 people here.
Yeah.
Maybe
that was a very lucky blink coming out. He actually should have just gone straight for the Rubik instead of going for the Queen of Pain, as the Queen of Pain did have blink ready.
Okay, I think... nah, okay, Splint drop. Okay, well, that was a really weird turn of events there.
That was intense. That was intense. It was It was jumping back between Bravado, MFB, Bravado, MFB. Honestly, I did not know who was going to take that.
I would have actually liked to see Vengeful Spirit rotate top, because I see that there's a Shadow Demon did, but Vengeful Spirit just didn't do anything there. If he was actually top, you know, 2 stuns could have made the difference. You know, them fighting out in between the Radiant first and second hit out top. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised to see all the supports not just rotating, you know.
No, I actually agree with you, and especially with that Furion that actually rotates. And I mean, he basically went in with, I think it was under 100 lives, so that was very bad from him, because that is 1 hit from most of the heroes at this point in time. So I think he just tried to teleport in just to get the Sprout off, but and the courier actually, oh no wait, that's not the courier. Sorry, I thought it was one of those new Hawk couriers. That's just a normal Greater Hawk from the Beastmaster. I actually like those new couriers, those ones, well, you know, the ones that look like the Hawks.
Navi's Weasel Crow.
Yeah. The Windrunner once again using up her bottle quite fast. I do see the Darkseer actually, you know, trying to farm up the double stacks with his Iron Shell. And you're trying to bait out a blink from the Queen of Pain.
I'm pretty surprised that he maxed the Iron Shell so early. Usually you get 3 levels in that, 2 levels in Surge, to have least have 3 levels in Vacuum as well. Vacuum's pretty strong skill, especially on higher levels, higher range, more damage. So I'm pretty surprised by that move, but I'm sure it'll pay off for him somehow. It'll
be interesting to see, definitely. Well, I think the reason why he did go for a little bit high level surge is he wants, I mean, you know, basically going from 3 seconds to 4.5, and then on the third level to 6 seconds. Especially with the mobility of the Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain, even if he surges out with basically level 1 or level 2, the Queen of Pain will still be able to blink in and catch him with a dagger or with a scream. So I think he wanted just to ensure that he does live in case they do go on him.
So a big OP on bottom lane here, taking out 2 of Radiant Heroes. Knights jumping in the Hawk.
In the Hawk, wow, that was actually big plays coming through there.
Very well played. Just a lack of TPs by MF, I think. Okay, Darkshade couldn't TP, didn't have any mana, and Renata didn't have a TP scroll to disposal, so just a little bit more mobility by BB here, just counting way more towards them, especially with the Nature's Prophet being able to TP in every time there's a game.
Yeah, well, Bravado's actually leading with around 3,500 XP at this point, and just over 1,000 gold. So it's still a very, very even game. But they are going to try and push for this tower, and they should actually get this tower if MFB don't rotate quickly. While getting a very good shackle off there on the Beastmaster, and actually getting a power shot on both of them.
The nice initiate here on Rubik. To see if you can just pick him up. Oh, he doesn't have mana for opening.
He actually does not have mana for opening roots. I was very unlucky. Let's see if they actually manage to get this denial.
Drop here.
The Beastmaster does drop.
And now so will Rubik.
Oh, and that was one huge ulti coming through from the Queen of Pain.
She'll pick up two kills. Oh, and the Magnus naps.
Yeah, so actually 2 of MFB dropping for the price of 2 for Bravado Gaming. The problem is that...
And the tower.
Yeah, and the tower. And they actually managed to get that Lifestealer kill, which counts a lot. So basically...
Lifestealer actually now has his omelet, so that should be pretty much make it way more effective in the team fights.
Yeah.
I think... one of the main reasons Bravado is winning pretty good is because of the Furion pick. The Furion pick is proving to be pretty a pain in the ass, you know, with the medallion and the constant TPs, just making MFB's life pretty miserable.
No, and I definitely agree, and especially for example last year in the internationals, Furion was picked quite a lot, but he has gone out of favor lately. But here we are seeing the power of a Furion actually being able to push, being able to have that map-wide ulti, that map-wide teleportation to help with the initiations. Bravado's got a very, very good pushing lineup. I'm struggling to see which one has the better early game or the better mid game and the better late game, because they both have certain advantages. We do see the Darkshade going on bot. Top, sorry about that.
In my opinion, I think MFB does have a better late game concerning hard carries and hard carries only. I don't think Magnus is able to hard carry, at least he has loads of items.
Yeah. Well, we do see the Beastmaster is probably going to drop here from the Lifestealer, which is good. So he is actually getting some farm up. This is turning out to be quite an interesting game, you know, MFB versus Bravado. It's not that Bravado is actually running away with us. MFB are keeping up with them.
There's just one problem. I think Magnus almost has PK, and once he does get it, and he does get off a few ultis, they might run away with it. But it's all depending on, you know, the positioning of MFB. If they get the positioning off, you know, just stay apart, not get more than 1 or 2, 3 people in the RP, reverse polarity, and I think MFB will have time. You see the Darkshade getting caught out here.
Middle tower is
well, I didn't even have a chance to say anything. But the counter initiations do come up, but 2 kills do coming through on Magnus' side, thanks to that Queen of Pain ulti. That Queen of Pain ulti is just so strong, especially versus support.
no tree shall ever grow there.
I mean, it is level 2, it's 530 damage in a cone in front. That's just so insane.
If you just look at the supports of BVD, mainly just Rubik, he's got way more farm than the Shadow Demon and the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon is actually going to drop here. Lifestealer should get out because he will fall. He does get out for this.
Last
The
time he
dog.
could actually go back in because the Darkseer did get in, but I'm not sure.
Yes, if he gets that vacuum, he
Gets
does
the
get that
vacuum
vacuum off. But you don't see any spells actually that the Lifestealer does have. The ulti is coming up from the Darkseer. I think it was a bit prematurely. And the Lifestealer as well using up his rage. I don't think they will be able to push any further than that. But yeah, I mean the Magnus, I mean we've talked about it before. The Magnus's late game potential, especially for a team fight, is just extremely powerful. And they do have some nice area of effect spells to combo with that Magnus. Now whereas MFB, they basically have the basic late game lineup here. Whereas the Lifestealer getting the farm, the Darkseer getting up tanky, the Shadow Demon for the protection and the disable, the Windrunner as well getting the, you know, those big power shots through, and the Vaynes with the swap, you know, for a quick pick off. So this is basically a mid game team versus a late game team at this point.
At the moment, you can see I'm just going for the rush, dallying and using the Fury and Creeps. I do think, however, that at the moment BVD has got a huge lead in terms of team fight and mobility, especially with the Magnus Bling Dagger at the moment. A Bling Dagger would be probably the game maker or breaker, depending on how many people he actually does get in his RP.
Yeah, of course. And the, you know, Queen of Pain actually getting the Aegis of the Immortal. So you might see the Queen of Pain being a little bit more aggressive. We do see her going bot lane to try and get that gank off on the Windrunner, but the Windrunner suspects something and just windwalks out of it. And at this point, I mean, the Darkseer is actually struggling to get farm. He only has his Boots of Speed and a headdress up. He does have close to 1,000 gold, but the Darkseer needs to become tanky if MFB actually want to do something in regard to this game, if they want to have a team fight, which at this point in time they can't actually afford because Bravado will be able to kill them.
At the moment, I see the Lifestealer does have a basher up, so that'll make his conquest to kill people one-on-one it'll be made really easy. It also depends on, obviously, like I said, positioning. If other people get RP'd and he's not in it, he'll still not be able to do anything, because he does need the team to back him up in aspects of disabling and obviously just, you know, doing some burst damage of their own.
Yeah, we do see the Lifestealer actually going on the Rubik here, raging up. The Rubik will probably drop from this, but all the while, I mean, the Queen of Pain is busy pushing the second tier bot.
Theon just TP'd into Sister with this push. They'll probably take the bot tower. I think if Queen of Pain could go now for a Cypher Vice, it would pretty much put the game all for Bravado to lose, because Cypher Vice is pretty much all you need against Nyx.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And the skewer actually
Because
does come off from the... That was actually very, very, very interesting. I don't know what happened there. The skewer started happening, but then he was disrupted in the middle of the skewer. But the skewer. But the skewer is still happening, and picking off 4 heroes for that. I mean, that is the power of the teleportation.
Yeah, the only problem is the Magnus only got 1 in his RP and skewer, so the others died basically just because of positioning.
Yeah, and that Queen of Pain ulti with the Agonist.
Top tower is under attack. His shell encroached no
They will probably get the second tier as well. I do see the Lifestealer going solo in here, just trying to get that Nature's Prophet. Actually getting the Nature's Prophet now, going on the Beastmaster here. Let's see if the TPs are coming in on the Rubik. Getting that shackle off, and it latches to a tree. The Rubik will drop from this. But in the meanwhile, the Queen of Pain just pushing lanes. I mean, the push potential from...
Getting some farm up.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, the push potential from Bravado here is actually being shown now. You know, the Queen of Pain, the mobility of the Queen of Pain and of the Furion. I mean, if they do take a team fight and they decide to back off, the Queen of Pain or the Furion just goes to the opposite end of the map and just keeps on pushing.
Taking in consideration all the towers that MFB have lost, they only have a 7,500 gold deficit, which is not that bad. Okay, almost 10,000, but they didn't have Like, they've got 3 less towers than BBD do. They've got 8 less kills, and they're still just 10k away.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they are trying to hang in this game. We do see bot lane, the Lifestealer, using his open wounds. The Lifestealer does not have a Quelling Blade to actually go on that Furion. But the Furion, once again, as well, I mean, the teleportation is still on cooldown. He will probably spark himself and try and teleport out, which he does do now. I think that Lifestealer needs to get basically a Quelling Blade or something up.
We see MP getting caught out of position again.
Nah, and the dogs here and
they can basically lose 4 heroes.
Yeah, the Windrunner actually dropping, the Shadow Demon dropping, and the Venge dropping.
Darkshare's gonna drop soon.
And the Darkshare as well. So it's 4 heroes, and they're getting caught out of position quite a lot here. I think they are trying to use that Venge at this moment too much. There is a reason why Venge is not picked quite a lot, as she does need some farm up, and she is quite squishy in the beginning. They will probably go for the second tier now.
Revenge. Yeah, definitely they will definitely push second tier, and I think even almost third tier depending on what happens afterwards. But and the thing with Revenge is she only has 2 spells she can really cast, stun and swap, and then afterwards she's just there until the spells get off cooldown.
Yeah, I mean Venge is very good if you're going with an aura stacking team, but without those extra auras coming through from the other heroes and from the other items, she is quite soft. Well, we do see the Lifestealer's form, I mean, is quite good. He does have Hand of Midas, does have Basher, does have Omelette, does have full boots, and he's sitting with 3,200 gold. We might actually see him going for Heart or something here to get more tanky, especially versus this team up. And the Queen of Pain just blowing up her ulti right now.
You can either go hard or you can get Desolator or Assault Curious. Either way, all those items will have a significant effect on the BVD team. As Desolator will just almost insta-kill all of the heroes, you know, like 4 or 5 shots, any other heroes, even including Magnus.
Definitely. I think you're alright with that. Well, we do see the plate melt coming up now and actually being sent through, so it seems like he is going with his Assault Curious. I do agree with you that the Desolator might have been the best pickup, especially versus that Queen of Pain, to actually get that stun off and get that kill off on the Queen of Pain quite fast. Well, we do see the initiation coming through here, and the Lifestealer and the Darkshare's wall being whipped there. The Beastmaster will probably drop here, either from the Lifestealer. There you go. The Magnus is alone there at this moment, and the open wounds will be coming down on him, and the Magnus will drop as well.
That's a big kill for Lifestealer to pick up. That's a lot of gold. That's 726 gold to his bank, which will almost complete his Assault Curse. He's run about 500 gold away from his, no, 1,500 gold away from his complete Assault Curse.
And that will be a big item. That team fight actually going the way of MFB. I think Bravado Gaming being a little bit too overconfident, too aggressive, not noticing that they were outnumbered there and that the Lifestealer was there. But the Lifestealer once again also getting caught out in those trees from Furion. So I think he needs to actually carry something with him, or one of his supports needs to carry something with him to be able to take the Sprout down so that he can continue on chasing, because if they just Sprout him in the middle of a team fight, the rest of the team will drop.
Well, you can always just get the Vengeful Spirit to swap him out, but if the Vengeful Spirit dies, they have no other way of getting him out there.
Yeah.
Unless they have Darkshare Vacuum.
Well, Darkshare Vacuum, the power shots.
They've got Vengeful, yeah, they've got a lot of options.
The Darkshare might actually get caught out here. The Queen of Pain not seeing the Darkshare. Well, we do see the pings coming down from the Magnus, and we will see the initiation on it with the Scythe of Ice down.
Scythe of Ice up on yeah. It's definitely a worry for MFB now. If Nyx does 5, he's gonna die.
Yeah, but it's very interesting. I mean, they did see the Queen of Pain waiting there. The Darkshare, they do have vision there. So I mean, if the Queen of Pain waits there, you know she is waiting for someone, or she is waiting for the initiation. So it's very interesting that the Darkshare did not try and get out early on. Well, the Lifestealer has his full assault up and 700 gold still in the bank. Lifestealer might get caught out here, and actually does get caught out, and he will not have buyback for this. Getting that shackle and getting that latch. And a power shot too. But that was a big kill from Bravado Gaming. I mean, if they want, they can push now, basically without any strong carry to stand up against them. And you will see the second tier tower will probably drop as well. The Darkseer does have his wall if they want to defend it, but I don't think they should try and defend the second tier. They should wait for the Lifestealer to come, and they should regroup and fight at the base on the high ground. I mean, with a wall being thrown down, a pool being pulled up, getting those illusions up.
See the Rubik J in, very brave, but Magnus is going to get 2 in his cure.
And 1 is RP.
The Windrunner.
Oh my word. That that ultimate coming through from the Queen of Pain is just so sick. But she will die, and actually she does not have Aegis anymore. Do you see the Queen of Pain being used against her own team? The illusions. And getting that Hawk down.
Also just noticing the little irritating boar, just to get him out of the way.
Yeah. Well, I think what this lifestealing needs to do is actually just farm up his buyback as fast as possible.
A next item for Nyx could really be good if he could get Abyssal Blade. Abyssal Blade is pretty strong against all types of enemy heroes, especially against the Magnus. If we can get his Abyssal Blade off, he'll probably kill Magnus in the time he's stunned.
Yeah, and we do see the Furon actually going on Rosh, actually using his medallion. He does have Necrobook, basically, level 3, so that is also very big. Oh, and we do see the open wounds coming through. The Nature's Prophet might actually drop from the lifesteal if he can just get a couple more hits in, but he decides to rather back off. No support. No support from.
See, the Necro Warrior is actually just taking all of Lifestealer's mana away, and that'll cause him to drop.
Yeah, that was very bad from MFB support. I mean, to be honest, they actually should have had that initiation. You know, with the Lifestealer getting the open wounds down, getting the rage up, getting the infest and everything up, but there was just absolutely no support coming through from MFB, and the GGs are coming through as well.
I do think actually that was the Lifestealer's fault. He actually did go in to rush alone, knowing that his supports are going to lag behind. He then chose to fight the Nature's Prophet and then died while doing it, so I guess most of the blame should be actually on him.
No, I definitely agree with you. If his support was there, they actually might have been able to turn around that team fight.
Oh wait, BVD through to the next round, through to the finals, I think, and they'll probably go up again.
Yeah.
Team Immersion's playing against Rocket Dota, so winner of that will face Bravado in the finals.
No, we will see if we will be able to cast or not. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and enjoy.